first thing that people really get to see when you approach them. You're going on a job interview, you're working, you're networking, you're posting on social media, we're using filters. Maybe you don't feel it's, such an important thing anymore, but your skin is really, really important. Much more, I think, important than your nails. Microneedling is my favorite all-time treatment of all. I think it's amazing. I think it works wonders for most people, outside of someone with active acne. Everyone else can benefit from it. So I did own my own space for 3.5 years in Coral Gables when I lived down in the southern part of Florida. And I wanted to create a space because I was a single mother and I had a daughter and she loves skincare. And you're gonna still use a brand that you really like. It might not be always the cleanest, but maybe use these products, and then for a shampoo, opt for something like, at least with the scalp that you're using, that's a little cleaner, and then just do the ends.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast, I Need More From You. I'm your host, Dr. Kristin Oakes. This podcast is meant to be both educational and entertaining. We're diving into all things health and wellness along with life because, let's be honest, we all have more to give. Just real talk, real life. This is your space for laughs, learning, and leveling up. So buckle up and let's thrive. No excuses. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of I Need More From You. I've got a very special guest. Her name's Kristina, and she is the founder of Modern Organic Life. This girl has over 13 years of holistic esthetician experience. She's also a certified nutrition coach. So she has a lot of knowledge. Y'all know I love skin, all things skin. I'm obsessed. So I was so excited to bring her onto the show and just share with us more of a holistic perspective on addressing skincare, some common needs, how to live a toxic-free life. And for me, I think skincare is just like the top of the list because hello, skin's our greatest organ. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you and finally meet you in person.
Yes, super excited about that too. We kind of messaged back and forth a little bit, and so I'm so glad that we finally got to connect. And there's so many different things that we vibe on, not just skincare, but holistic living. You have a daughter same age as my girls. You have a background in jiu-jitsu, so that's a big part of our life. So just a lot of different things that I know it's going to be super fun today. So let's just dive in. You have over 13 years of experience as an esthetician, and you're a holistic esthetician. So can you just kind of break that down of what does that mean? What is holistic esthetician? What does that look like compared to what you would typically see at a facial med spa or dermatology? What's the difference?
Sure. So I'm dually licensed as a medical esthetician and a holistic esthetician.
Woo, you go girl.
And after many years working in more of the medical side, I definitely wanted my career to align with the way that I practiced my own life. I found myself working in medical spas and things and having to suggest treatments and ingredients and products that I myself knew that I wasn't ever going to use at home. And I took a big risk. I opened my own studio. I focused solely on holistic skincare. But I think the misconception is that with holistic, you're not going to get as result-driven treatments as you may in a med spa or in a plastic surgeon's office or a dermatologist. But that is not, it couldn't be further from the truth. You're still getting medically grade result-driven treatments. It's the products that we use that we put a little more thought into, and we're using non-toxic ingredients and products post still a really wonderful treatment that you would get anywhere else that you go. Obviously, we're not doing Botox and fillers and injectables like a med spa, but the actual skincare treatments that you're receiving, whether that's a facial, whether that's dermaplaning, microneedling, it's all the same that you would get anywhere else. It's just the quality of ingredients that we're using post and during your treatment.
So same sort of experience of getting, a facial or whatever it is. You're still offering dermaplaning, you're still offering microneedling, you're just using different ingredients that are toxic-free.
Exactly.
Okay, so I love that you just busted that myth right off the bat, because so many people just assume, well, this is non-toxic, I'm not going to get the same results from it because it's holistic, or they just have that misconception kind of in their head already. So they're more, I would say, leery maybe of going a holistic route because, they just want the best and assume that they're not going to get those results. So I love that you hit that on the head and just, knock that off the list. So that's the difference between a holistic approach and, a typical med spa or whatever. Was there a specific turning point where you were like, I need to make this switch? You were in the medical offices and you were just like, this is not how I live, so I'm going to take this risk?
Yes, and the way that my career got started was based off of me struggling with my skin. I'm not someone that was just blessed with beautiful skin. Like a lot of people, I really have to work to keep my skin. And it's changed over different phases and decades of my life. I'm 41 now. My skin isn't the same as when I was 21 and dealing with the issues I was having then. But I'm Greek. I have thick, oily, hyperpigmentation kind of skin. And when I was in my early 20s, I really suffered terribly from hormonal acne, cystic acne breakouts. And if you knew me back then, I was signed with Ford Models and I was working. You'd never know I had all this acne. That's because amazing. Mine was under this area of my jawline. Chin and on my jawline. I was very good at makeup. I knew how to wear my longer hair then, to cover it and stuff. But when I was going home, I was just having this itchy, uncomfortable, hormonal acne breakouts all the time. And so I was tired of going to dermatologists, gynecologists, that the easy fix was put her on birth control, maybe even Accutane, as a young girl. Couldn't give a young girl going through like pre-birthing years anything more toxic than Accutane.
I want to talk about Accutane.
Sure, I'm happy to. So they, that was their answer. I knew even at that time where fitness and nutrition was important to me, but not yet my career, that wasn't the route that I wanted to go. And that is what drove me to go back to school for skincare. I cleared my own skin. I ended up going on and clearing a lot of other people's skin. It sparked a passion and an interest in me. And I saw the importance of teaching other women how to read ingredients, properly care for their skin in a more holistic healing way, that you don't have to go a very aggressive route with things like Accutane. And if you put in the work and you educate yourself and you have patience, you can get a beautiful result in a much healthier way for all of your body's systems. And so that's kind of what embarked me on my journey of holistic skincare.
I love how you said that, patience and putting in the work, because so many of us are just results driven and we want things now. It does not work that way with your skin. I mean, with your health in general, right? If you're trying to heal your gut, if you're trying to heal your skin, if you're working on building muscle, burning fat, whatever, it's not overnight. And so you have to be patient with it, put in the work, and, really just do your due diligence to be consistent to what your protocol to reach those goals. So I love that. And I love that, you saw the issues within yourself and you really let that be your driver for kind of going that extra approach, going to the school for that. And like you said, you were dual certified in both medical and holistic aesthetics. So that's amazing. Not a lot of people have that. So you can pull from your Western medicine, skincare knowledge and the holistic route to really give people optimized results, which is super cool.
Absolutely. I think the training in the medical side of my aesthetics, as far as treatment wise goes, really helped me along my way, so that I could really provide result-driven treatments. But my passion for living holistically and a low-tox, non-tox lifestyle just kind of pushed me to the next level of really being able to provide not only a great treatment, but also the education and knowledge side that I think a lot of people need, because anybody can go and get a facial, but you know, do you know how to upkeep at home? Do you know how to maintain that? If you're getting an organic facial and then you're going and putting makeup
all the toxins on,
what's the point of going to get an organic facial? So I think for the people that really want to live that way and really are aligned with holistic living, I think skincare many times is something that they kind of miss because the education isn't always there. Now, I mean, I was doing this 20 years ago when it wasn't a trend. Yeah. Now I think people are becoming more aware, but going back to what you said about patience, most of the time when people are really struggling with acne or serious skincare issues, that's more of an aesthetic, you know, aesthetically unpleasant to them. We're looking at, you know, younger girls. They don't always have the patience, and I think providing them with the education behind why I'm doing what I'm doing, it opens their horizons, I think, and it sparks something in them too that makes them want to just learn more and make better choices for themselves.
For sure, absolutely. So cystic acne, hormonal acne, I mean, that is so common. So for someone, you know, that's listening to this, a younger girl, that her options are spironolactone, birth control, Accutane, like where do you start with that person?
So when that, and I should say too, it's not only the young girls.
Oh, I definitely, not only the young girls, I still deal with it too. Me too, right? I'm like, my hormones from nursing and like pregnancy.
After pregnancy.
Us women, our hormones, it's a constant cycle with us, right? I mean, not just monthly, but even, you know, through pregnancy, getting, you know, postpartum, all the things, right? So our hormones are everywhere. So not just for young women, but I definitely feel that the younger women are just kind of given those three options. And like, that's what it is. And they don't really know where to go from there, or really, they don't know that they have other options. So where would someone get started?
I think they have a lot of added pressure on them too, just with social media and like the aesthetic that they feel they're supposed to look like. So when I have a client of that nature come in, I always, nutrition plays a huge part in my skincare regimen and healing. So I sit down, I talk to them about their lifestyle factors, I talk to them about their habits, I talk to them about what they're eating, what they're not eating, are they taking a probiotic? I really look at gut health, and so honestly, that is where I would typically start with a client, and then we move in to what are they using on their skin? What are they using on their hair? How many hours a day are you sitting on your phone like this? How are your cycles? It's a holistic approach to wellness, to skincare is the same. We're looking at the body as a whole. There's a reason that you're experiencing this. And it's not just because you're 20 or you're 19 or you're hormonal. There's other things that are happening in your body that's coming out in your skin. Your skin is a reflection of what's going on within. So that's where I like to start with someone. It's really a full history.
A full assessment.
A full assessment of how you're feeling when you wake up. What are your lifestyle habits? Are you washing your face every single night? What are you using? What are you eating? So it's a pretty thorough first appointment with me, but I feel that gets me down to more of a root cause. And even if the root cause ends up just being you're in a hormonal phase of your life, then I can give you tools that you can do, things that you can eat, things that you can take, supplements, and then we also provide you with amazing and beautiful skincare treatments along the way.
I love that. So do you have like your go-to beauty brands that you love for all of your clients to be using, or you kind of, you know, have favorites from all over the place? Clean beauty is like a hot rave, right? So something gets labeled as clean beauty, or the brand does. And then my experience was I go and look at a certain product of that brand and it's like, well, actually only this product's clean beauty, but all of these are not.
You're very smart.
So that was a trick, because I was like, I love this blush. You know, it's non-toxic, it's clean beauty. And then I wanted to look at their bronzer and it has BHT in it. And I'm like, I can't buy this freaking bronzer. It has BHT in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so even before like we were in this trend of clean skincare and clean beauty, when I saw clients, even throughout school, I knew I never was one to stick with one brand. I think it limits you to the optimal result that you want to have. I think everybody's skin is completely different. Everybody's skin needs something different. So one system of a specific, cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and you stick with that, well, you're missing out on so many other things you can use. So I'm not attached to one skincare line or brand. I think it just depends on the person. I also, like to read ingredients. So if there's this one product that I just can't live without, but the rest of the line isn't great, I'm definitely going to explore other options. There are a few very basic, clean, natural brands that I do like. But again, I think everybody's skin needs something different. So for me, it's much more of a customized approach to skincare than just one thing that I love.
Okay, I definitely
I'm
agree
a
with
do-it-yourselfer too. So I think a lot of things you'd want to use on your face are in your kitchen.
Really?
Yes.
So you make a lot of your own products?
I do make most of my own products in my spa for clients as
She's
well as
amazing.
for myself.
What?
So, and I think, you're going to go and get a turmeric mask from a store and you're going to spend $50 when you can literally spend $5 and make it in your kitchen. So
wow.
I'm going to say all the things an esthetician doesn't want you to say because they want to upsell you during your, after your treatment, but that's just not the way that I practice skincare. It's never been the way that I
So
have.
that's really interesting. Okay, you just have to tell us, what is your most favorite skincare product that you make yourself?
I love my toner, but I think it smells so delightful and it's beautiful. But I think that my favorite thing that I make is my healing skin oil.
What is a healing skin oil?
So it has a couple secret ingredients.
Proprietary blend. Just share with us what you can, because obviously you need to make your own line and be selling this.
No, it's fine. It has
With
a
time.
mixture of fresh rose hip seed, some jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is a great oil for the face. It oftentimes gets looked over by a lot of other heavier oils, like an argan oil or something like that. That's really good for aged skin. But jojoba oil is a really light oil. It mimics the skin's natural sebum the most of any oil.
Okay.
So that's an oil that a lot of people don't use, but I use it in my product because it just absorbs so nicely. It doesn't leave you feeling oily and greasy, especially in this Florida weather.
Yes.
So it has some of that. It has a little bit of aloe, has a little bit of lavender, and it just sits on the skin so nicely. You put it on at night, and in the morning, after a week of using it, you have this beautiful natural glow to your skin. And a lot of people are hesitant to use oils.
Yes, I was gonna say I'm one of those people, and this just sounds amazing. And I can't.
I'm gonna send you some.
I have to come and see you. I need to
to
come and see you. That's just. I really need a facial. I need all the things, so I need to come and see you.
She has beautiful skin.
Well, it's been a work in progress. It's a lot of work, and you have to definitely be patient with it, right? Okay, but I just have to come and see you. So this facial oil, I always get really nervous because I'm more acne prone. I'm more oily, working out, active lifestyle. I'm outside, downtown Miami, air pollution, all the things, right? So I try to choose non-toxic ingredients and things like that. But when it comes to oils, facial oils, I just get nervous that I'm going to cause a breakout. So what do you tell me, because I'm nervous about breaking out?
I get this all of the time. Lots of people are scared of oils. Lots of people are scared of oils. It's choosing the right oil.
Okay.
And that's why I said something like a jojoba oil, it mimics your skin's natural oils. I think a lot of time, especially with acne-prone skin, we go into a skincare routine that's very drying, and it strips our skin of oil. And what does that do?
Overproduction of more oil.
And so your skin's working double the amount of time to reproduce oil, and then your skin gets all out of whack. So you don't have to use oil every single night of the week.
Okay.
Starting with 2 nights a week, you'll use the proper oil for your skin type, which your skincare professional will suggest for you.
Okay.
And then I promise you will see a major difference in your skin. The problem was I love the Josie Marin argan oil. It's great for some people, but it is a heavier oil for the skin, especially if you're acneic. Coconut oil is another one that's very heavy on the skin. It would not be a suggestion in Miami summers for me to a client, but there are other oils that would be absorbed easily, are great light carrier oils that would moisturize the skin, lock in your peptides, or lock in your serums overnight, and really leave you with beautiful glowing skin the next day.
I love that. And I love peptides too. So definitely want to touch on peptides. Okay, so I love that we talked about the oils because that's one of my personal fears. So I can't wait to do a consult with you and kind of go through everything and see what my skin needs. But I want you to walk us through, what does your daily skincare routine look like?
Okay, so morning, it depends what time of year it is. It depends where I am and what is going on with my skin at the current time. Typically when I wake up, I'll do a nice cool rinse, tone. I always do my corrective serums. I lock it in with a moisturizer. I move on about my day. I love my mist. I told you I make a toner, so I'll carry that in my bag. I'll give myself a little like hydrating mist throughout the day. And then I'm a mom, so some days I have makeup on. Most days I don't wear makeup anymore. So that also depends what my day is looking like. And then always, I believe nighttime routine is
gold.
Most important. I believe in simple, basic skincare.
Okay.
I think you can achieve gorgeous, beautiful skin and not make it an overwhelming task or another chore to do.
Thank you. I need simplicity and I need it to be efficient.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
That's what I do in the morning. And then evening, always cleanse. Now, if you are very oily, then I would suggest a cleanse and tone in the morning. I don't always cleanse in the morning. I'll give myself like a rinse. I'll use the toner as a cleanser. So again, it depends on the person. But nighttime, I'm a cleanse, tone, correct, moisturize. And typically my moisturizing at night is with an oil.
Okay, so you would use your oil instead of the moisturizer at bedtime. Okay, and then what are your thoughts on double cleansing at nighttime?
Double cleansing I'm a fan of, especially at nighttime, because we are exposed to all the elements like you just mentioned, pollution and sweat and working out and active lifestyle and all the bacteria and things that we face along the day. Also all the things that we're detoxing throughout the day with workouts. Obviously, if I do a midday workout, I'm showering and washing my face. So I would add that into my day as well. So I'm a big believer in that. And for me, I always use like my toner as my second cleanse. I think some people skip the toner sometimes because they don't always know if it's needed. I think also our generation, if it's not like super pungent and tingling
like
your
it's
face,
not burning and I'm not red, it's not doing anything.
We don't think that maybe it's working, but a toner really is a second cleanse. It's meant to not just be an astringent on your face. It's meant to tone your face and balance the pH of your face. So I think toning is a step that a lot of people don't use, and I think that it's actually very helpful in your skincare routine.
Okay, awesome. I love that. And what about, toxic skincare? Let's start there, because how do we unpack this? Is there any ingredients that you're like, absolutely no, get those out of your routine?
Phthalates, for sure.
Okay.
Anything with oxybenzone, which is your conventional sunscreen. Those would be big ones for me. And anything that says fragrance or perfume on it, I think is very misleading to consumers everywhere. That has a one word of fragrance on the back of something, and a consumer that doesn't have the education that maybe you or I have as far as non-toxic living thinks that that's
just one ingredient, fragrance.
And it's hundreds of ingredients, and it can include the things that I just named that would also be things that you would want to avoid.
We've talked about this on some of the other podcasts. If you see fragrance, run.
Yes.
Because you could put so many different chemicals in
Hundreds.
there and you don't have to disclose it.
No.
I think fragrance should go next to natural flavors. Like
Agreed.
both of those, I mean, hidden chemicals, you don't know what's in there, so stay away from it.
You don't know what's in there.
Okay.
And under fragrance, like phthalates that I just said, a lot of times are under the word fragrance. And that's another huge, hormonal endocrine disruptor that we definitely want to stay away from. Other things like synthetic dyes and colors, same things that you don't want in your food, you don't want on your skin.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So clean beauty brands, you said you kind of pick from all over the place, but is there any that stand out to you that you're like, I really like this skincare line, or a couple that are your favorites?
Sure. I will say I like whole brands, I mean, I like Osea. Yeah, I never know how to say it.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that they have quality cleansers, they have quality body oils, they have quality serums, their moisturizers are very clean. I feel like that has been a staple brand that I've used one way or another in my own personal care over the years.
I really like them.
We like you. Keep us in mind.
Yes. I literally like slathered on that body oil when I was pregnant all over my belly, everywhere. Like I was a big glazed donut. Yeah. I love that brand. So, okay, Osea.
So I would say that's a brand that I like.
Any of like the medical grade lines. So like Zeo skincare. You hate it?
I wouldn't use it for me personally.
What about Glymed?
A lot of cleaner skin spas in Florida do use that. I've heard really good things. I personally don't know enough about the ingredients in each product to say if I would use it or not. So
it's kind of like a pick or choose with them, I feel like.
Maybe. And I don't know enough about them. So I don't like to like throw anyone under the bus, because I do think more and more brands are taking note of their ingredients, and they're trying as much as they can to slowly introduce things and take things out and clean up their lines. So I've heard great things about them, but I haven't used them personally.
So, okay, for your products, you're making a lot of them when someone comes to you for a facial, you're making a lot of the products in home. Do you have most of them? Is there any ones that you do carry that you use as part of your facial treatment?
That I make myself?
No, that you use, like any brands that you use if someone's coming in for a facial.
Well, I use the one that I mentioned, Osea.
I don't really know how to say it either. Me and my daughter talk about this all the time. She's like, I need a PR for Osea. I'm like, yes, girl, go get your PR.
And I think I had been saying it wrong for so long, and I think that's
maybe I'm wrong.
I like their cleansers, and I use them in my spa on my clients. There's a few fruit enzymes that I'll pick up along the way of my travels. Like if I go somewhere and I really love something. I used to use like Eminence, some of their products.
Okay, I've heard of them before.
Yeah, they're a fairly clean line. Some of their products still have a few things in them maybe that I don't like. I'll typically not use those. They have some good oils. They have a few good masks, so I've used them. But again,
what's that popular brand that people talk about? It's a bunch of different steps. Rose or Biologique or something. Biologique,
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So when I went to get a facial at a spa, that's like in a lot of like the hotel spas. I heard good things, and I had a wonderful facial. But again, I don't know their ingredient list to a T.
Talk to it. Okay.
I wish I would be more helpful.
See,
most things I'm making at home myself.
You're amazing. I wish I could do that. I don't have the patience for it.
You can do it.
Oh,
it takes 2 minutes. It takes a lot less
time
to make it in your kitchen than go to Target and stand in line in Miami.
Okay. Are you going to like drop us in a we need to have like a handbook of
buy
your guide to make your own skincare ingredients.
I have that on my website.
You do?
Yes.
And my gosh.
And I do online, posts about ingredients on my Instagram, The Modern Organic Life. At Instagram.
I'm gonna be stalking your Instagram so I can find our at-home product.
It motivates me to post more business and less me and my baby together.
I think the girls will love that too, of making stuff at home.
That was a big part of me opening my own space. So I did own my own space for 3.5 years in Coral Gables when I lived down in the southern part of Florida. And I wanted to create a space because I was a single mother and I had a daughter and she loved skincare. And I wanted a space that, especially being a single mom, I didn't have a babysitter to leave my daughter and go get a facial or go to skincare, a skincare place. So I wanted to create a space where moms could bring their kids and feel comfortable and, well-behaved kids, like little girls.
I don't know if we could bring Legend. Legend would have to stay at home. My boy, he's wild.
Now I have a home studio, so now we have even more flexibility. I have a bunny, I have a dog that kids can play with.
That's fun.
It's really fun. My work is my passion, and I really enjoy what I do. So it's more of a personal experience for me when I have someone come into my space. I'm selective about, who I still see for skincare and things like that, but I'm always posting, recipes and skincare things online.
Okay, I love that. So we have to check out your IG so we can get our skincare
Please
tips
do.
and our guides so we can make our own products, because that's super fun and I would love that. This oil and this toner, like, I'm in.
I want to say too, like, social media these days, I've actually been posting about this more recently because I'm not always on my social media and trying to do better with it.
Yes, we all are.
Yes. But I see a lot of times these days too, like, natural beauty influencers, and they're like eating whole sardines out of a can, and they're eating onions with salt on them, just plain.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen this.
Oh my gosh, then you haven't looked at my page recently then.
Sardines and onions.
Yes.
Sister, that's some breath.
Yes, and I said, clean skincare can be found in your kitchen, but you don't have to torture yourself along the way to get there.
Okay.
You can get the same benefits from chopping up a raw onion and making a beautiful pico de gallo or a salsa or something like that than taking an onion and sticking it in your mouth. So I think, some with the clean skincare beauty
kind of make it extreme.
It's a little extreme.
Okay.
Where there's a lot of things you can make at home in 2 seconds as a mask, or things you can eat that really boost, beauty boosting foods is my focus. And
what are your top beauty boosting foods?
My top beauty boosting foods would be, specifically for skincare beauty, flax seeds, chia seeds, aloe vera, turmeric, anything anti-inflammatory. And I'm talking about not only on the skin, but also eating for skin. All your antioxidant rich fruits, berries, mostly dark leafy greens, healthy forms of collagen, good quality fatty acid like fish, salmon, and let me
Do I need to eat pico? Onions?
If you don't like onions, you don't have to eat onions.
But I could eat pico.
If you like onions, chop up a couple raw onions in a beautiful way and add them to a salad. There's ways that you can get the really amazing benefits of onions.
Gosh,
she had a whole onion with salt and ate
I'm
it.
just trying to think of the things. So berries, totally, right? I don't do vegetables. I don't do greens. So I can do the berries, and I do meat.
Okay.
Fish is like hit or miss. I have
quality meats.
Quality meats. It has to be grass fed, grass finished, wild caught fish, if anything.
It wouldn't be on my beauty food list.
Okay.
Meat, but it would be on a great healthy food that you're going to gain a lot of protein from and make sure it's quality meat. But on my beauty boosting list, it's not on there.
Okay.
I eat meat, but it's not a beauty boosting.
It's not a
food
beauty
for
booster. Me. I don't need any seeds. No.
Anyway,
no seeds.
And that's because of a diet that you follow.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's other things you can, if you don't eat them, but are you against using them at all? Because you can make a beautiful flaxseed mask and use it on the skin topically.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So
different ways to go about getting the results.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I have something for everyone. If you don't like something, if it doesn't fit into your your nutrition plan for yourself, then there's lots of things. Aloe vera juice is huge. Aloe vera on the skin.
Aloe vera, I feel like, is really hot as a drink. Like, I see it everywhere. Like, what are your thoughts on drinking aloe vera versus putting on your skin?
Amazing. Whole leaf aloe vera.
Grabbing it from the plant, lathering it up.
Lathering it on your whole body.
Okay.
Great after a microneedling treatment. Great if your child has eczema or anything like that. Aloe vera is a natural antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral, and a wonderful beauty boosting food.
That's really cool. I didn't know that it was also
it doesn't taste the best.
But if you can lather it on your skin,
you can lather it on your skin. You can mix it in a smoothie. You never know it's there, or a smoothie bowl or whatever you're eating. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So what about? Okay, let's talk about retinol.
Okay.
How do you feel about it?
So, retinol and Miami Sun don't really mix that well.
Right.
I think that there's amazing, wonderful forms of natural vitamin A that you can use that are already made into serums and things for you. I always suggest that route first.
Okay.
If you're really, really struggling, wrinkles, fine lines, things that, like that, people can do whatever they want. So my advice as a holistic esthetician would be to suggest natural forms of vitamin A first and see how someone's skin is taking to that and how they like it.
So I used Retin-A, like I would say it's been a few years since I actually used it. I think because I'm pregnant or breastfeeding all the time, and my skin just, there's a phase it has to go through, right? The flaking, the redness, the irritation, we're in the sun, so all of that, right? So I have not used retinoid consecutively. It's been many years, but I love, it sounds like it would have amazing benefits, and it sounds like it's going to be great for acne and fine lines and all those things that you talked about. But I was reading that is it bok oil, or like there is a different, some sort of an alternative to Retin-A that was more of a holistic option that you could use while you were pregnant or nursing, that I was like, well, maybe I should give that a try.
I think for me, if I'm using something and I can't use it when I'm pregnant, or I can't use it when I'm nursing, I don't really want to use it at all. And again, I can only speak for me and how I practice. I'm not judging anyone that wants to use it or do things the way that they want, but ultimately my goal is to live as naturally as possible. And there's going to be times when maybe I choose something, nobody's perfect, and we try the best that we can, and we're all doing the best that we can. But for me, if it's something that's that serious that I can't use it if I'm pregnant, I don't want it on my body. And I know that there's natural forms of vitamin A, and there's products out there that really, really work. And so there would be no reason for me to tell a fellow woman to use something like that. I think another kind of like thing that goes through people's mind is that, like you said, but it really worked for me, and I really liked how, yes, of course, there's a lot of things that are good for you or that aren't good for you that are still going to work for your skin. Recently, I saw a fellow esthetician on social media. She was an acne specialist, and she was saying how phthalates aren't a big deal, and it was very shocking for me because she was claiming to be a cleaner esthetician. Yes, a cleaner esthetician, and then she was speaking on that. So you're going to get a lot of different information on social media. My number one thing is do your own research. I can give you all the information that I have. It's up to you what you're going to do with it, and if you're going to do something about it. So that's how I feel when it comes to those kinds of things. Yes, Accutane's going to work. Yes, retinol is going to work. All of those things are going to work, but there's also other things that work
that are
and aren't going to expose and that aren't going to expose you to the things that you've been working to avoid.
So retinoid alternatives would be
a few brands of natural forms of vitamin A. I know Mad Hippie has a really, that's a brand.
Mad Hippie, that sounds cute. I need to check them out.
They're like not even like a really well-known brand. They're not expensive. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Whole Foods. But they have a vitamin A serum that I think is really nice. My favorite overnight kind of natural vitamin A is by 100% Pure. It's a balm. So it feels like a little bit greasy on the skin at night, but in the morning, it really, really works. It's a brand that I like, that I've used different makeup products and stuff, but when I found that, it was one that I felt on my own skin kind of left me with that same effect of retinol, but in a natural way.
In a natural way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too heavy or,
No, and it's a nighttime thing, so you wake up, you wash your face as normal. It doesn't leave you feeling, it feels a little like a balm at night, so it feels a little greasy when you go to sleep. But in the morning, it's no effect that way.
What about for acne-prone skin? Would that still be a good option?
All of those, great. Yes, very good.
And then now let's talk about Accutane, because I feel like that's, like my daughters at cheer school, and all the girls are struggling with acne, and they all want to be put on Accutane for their skin. And I struggled with acne, really bad acne growing up, and I even was put on Accutane. I remember having to go get my labs done every month, and I was super dry. I mean, holy chips, my lips and stuff were so dry, peeling everything. And I did have clear skin for a little bit afterwards, but I mean, that did not last, you know? So it's like Accutane is the solution for long lasting, beautiful skin. And that is so not true, because if you're not putting in that work continuously, if you're, you know, we go through these different phases and cycles with our hormones and stuff, it's not a forever fix to get put on Accutane. And
honestly, it hurts my heart when I hear like that's the fix that young girls think. Accutane is meant for like stage 4 grade horrible acne where it's like all over your entire body. That like that's who it was prescribed for at one time. And in that kind of situation, even a holistic esthetician, if you've got back acne all over where it's like painful and you can't move, sometimes you have to take the prescription.
Exactly. There's
like,
a time and place for everything.
let's be realistic. But the problem is young girls that have
couple breakouts.
Some breakouts are expecting to get it, and they go and they get it. And that's the issue that I have with it. It's being misused like most antibiotics are in our culture these days. And that's what I don't agree with. Do I think it's like the worst thing ever? No, not for the right candidate.
Right.
But for the wrong candidate, it can be detrimental. You're going in and you're giving these young girls Accutane. You're making them sign a agreement that, you know, and I'm
the
talking
pledge.
about teenagers.
It was called like I pledge or something.
That you're not going to get pregnant because your baby will come out
deformed
with issues.
You have to be on birth control, or I can't even remember what the requirements
and then imagine
were.
that Accutane, and then you're throwing in birth control on top of it. So that's how I feel about it. I feel like if you can't move because your back is covered in acne or your chest, or it's like, I mean, pitted acne all over your face, and you're really truly suffering, then there's a medication that can help you for the short term. You don't want to stay on anything like that long term.
Right.
But for young girls, I don't believe it's the answer.
Right. I totally agree with you. And I'm like trying to, I feel like we just, again, it comes back to that education piece of not knowing that you have other options than going for the Accutane, going for birth control. You know, there's natural, non-toxic options out there. So,
and you're going to talk to people and they're going to say, oh, my child was on it, it worked wonders, her skin was great and stuff. And it's like, yes, again, back to what I was saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm saying that do you know do you know the effects that it's also taking on every other organ in your body, all the other body's systems. And to me, that's more important than the results of maybe a little bit of acne and being treated that way.
Right. I definitely agree with that. And also with it's for the right patient and the right time. Correct. Right. So kind of goes back to
overprescribed like most things.
Yes. Overprescribed like most things. Yes. Okay. So the next thing I want to ask you, how do we need to adjust our skincare depending on what season it is or what time of year it is?
Sure. And that depends also on where you live. Obviously, in the winter months, you're going to need products that offer a little more hydration, offer a little more moisture to the skin versus the summer months, where you're going to do maybe like a little bit more matte in your makeup, or you're going to make sure you use a toner. Where you are in the United States matters. Are you in Colorado, or are you in Florida? Are you in Minnesota? You know, all of those things matter. So just having an open mind, being able to read your skin. One of the most important things in my practice and what I tell clients all the time is learning to listen to your body and knowing your own body, because what works for you is not necessarily going to work for me. We're all made up very differently, and then just depending on where you live. So being open to knowing that what works for you in the summer might not be really working for you in the winter months. I also think people, they don't always know the difference between dehydrated and dry. Dehydrated is when your skin is lacking water, and dry is when your skin is lacking oil. So that will change and fluctuate as the seasons change, what the temperature is, how the humidity is. So getting to know your skin, seeing what works for you, and not just being like figuring that you're going to be stuck with one skincare routine the entire year really helps you achieve like optimal beauty.
Being flexible with it, depending on kind of what's going on.
Yes, knowing that it's not going to look the same all year round. And
you said dry versus dehydrated. So how would someone know if they're dry versus dehydrated?
Seeing a professional skincare
There you go, girl. Okay. So it's like, oh, your skin's looking more dry.
Yes,
or
I can see in someone's face as soon as I see them, the elasticity, the plumpness of their skin, the way that their pores look, the way that their skin absorbs a cleanser.
All the
there's
things.
different.
You know what to look for.
Absolutely.
Versus the naked eye, or what, you know. I would be looking for in my skincare.
Yes.
I definitely am guilty of when I get in a routine, it's like I feel like I need to keep that routine, or I'm afraid that I'm going to throw off my skin and break out and go through this ravage cycle of trying to get it back under control. So
would you feel more confident if you had a skincare professional that you worked with that supported you along the way, even if you didn't go see them all the time? I think as women, we make time for our nails, we make time for our brows, we make time for, you know, some ladies, their lashes, you know, our hair every 8 weeks or whatever it is that you're doing as far as your beauty goes. But skincare is actually something that really people don't put so much attention in, and it's so important. It's the first thing that people really get to see when you approach them. You're going on a job interview, you're working, you know, you're networking, you're posting on social media, we're using filters. Maybe you don't feel it's, you know, such an important thing anymore, but your skin is really, really important. Much more, I think, important than your nails or even your hair, because that's something like long term we really want to embrace our youthfulness and our beauty, and so having a skincare professional on your team, I think is very helpful. Most people too, knowing someone that you can trust, that's not gonna be like, oh, you have to come to me every single month. Like, of course, that's ideal. It doesn't fit in everyone's schedule. I would love that
if I could fit it.
Right, and we can't always fit it. But if you're going quarterly, if you're going every other month, I think it's an important step in self-care and just your beauty routine, more important than the other aesthetic things that we pour money into each month.
I definitely just have to put you on my calendar so I can come and see you. I have to make time for that, because I definitely can. I used to have, you know, regular check-ins with my esthetician, and she moved, and I haven't gone and see. I literally haven't had a facial probably since before Legacy was born. Maybe even,
I think
it's been a long time.
I think mentally we think the other things are needs. Like my hair I need, my nails I need, but my skin is a luxury experience. Like you're thinking facial, you're thinking relaxation. Yeah. When really it's a need in the beauty list as well, more than the other things. But that's coming from a skincare professional.
Yes,
so
I think it's definitely so important, and I noticed such a difference in my skin when I am consistent with getting regular facials and just checking in and making sure that my skin is getting what it needs, because I'm a creature of habit and I will stick to the same routine until I'm like forced to change. Yeah. So having guidance of a skincare professional to really say, okay, it's time for us to tweak this, add this in, you know, that definitely helps ease my mind, because you get to know my skin and what it needs, and sometimes we're blinded by what we think we need or what we want, and you're like, no, this is what you need, right? So okay, I definitely need to get you on my calendar, because I need to prioritize my skin. And okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about is, well, let's just go here. What is, you know, something that is considered clean beauty that is shocking for people that actually works?
That actually works? Actually
works.
I'm a big, big believer, and I provide at my studio lymphatic drainage massage to the face. I think it does incredible things, waking up the skin, getting circulation going, getting blood flowing. I see really a big difference when someone comes in to see me every 4 to 6 weeks, and we're doing a very good, you know, high quality lymphatic drainage massage. That can also include you doing like a gua sha or your own facial massage at home. I'm a big believer in that.
So you like the gua sha?
I do. I'm a fan of gua sha.
Okay. I haven't tried it.
Okay. Well, you should.
Okay.
But I thought you were going to say something else. Like, I don't always have the time. I don't always have the time either. And I don't always
like a process, right?
Yeah.
And I really don't even know how to do it properly.
Honestly,
is there a wrong way?
There's a wrong way.
Yeah?
Yes, I can tell you what the wrong way is.
What's the wrong way? How to not gua sha? Okay. What is it?
How to not gua sha is pulling down on the skin.
Okay.
You're always wanting to work upward and outward on the face as to not age the skin. Yes.
You don't want to tug
upward
on
and out. On the face, upward and outward. Even if the other thing is too, like a gua sha is a beautiful tool to use, but if you don't have one, you can use your fingers.
Okay.
You know, you can get the same effect. Still working upward and outward on the face, upward and outward all over the face. The neck you can pull down because your lymph nodes are here and you're pushing things out towards the heart. But there is a proper way to massage, and you can find that on YouTube.
Okay.
You can use your fingers. You don't always have to have a tool.
Perfect. Okay. And what are your thoughts? So gua sha is a winner. Lymphatic drainage is a winner.
Yes,
Facial
which
massage,
goes together.
those go together, right? How do you feel about the sauna in skincare?
I think the sauna is amazing. And you can see on your first visit to the sauna when you come out that your skin is perfectly pink and plump and beautiful, and you've detoxified things that are in your body. You have to remember your skin is the largest organ we have. And so many people...
Preach, sister.
Yeah, so many people don't think skin as an organ. It's the one thing that we can see, we can touch, we can feel. It's part of our body, but it's not an organ. It is. And everything that goes on our skin is absorbed into our bloodstream and goes into our body systems. And everything that's in our body that doesn't belong there is going to come out through our skin one way or another, whether it's your underarms, whether it's sweating, other things where things come out. Everything is going to touch the skin at some point. That's a toxin that doesn't belong in the body. I believe very much that sauna is a great tool to use as far as another beauty boosting tool in your life.
I love it. And I definitely see a difference in my skin when I'm consistent with going to the sauna.
Consistency is key with everything in life.
We say that a lot with a lot of things, right? Being consistent.
Absolutely, yes.
So, okay, I love the sauna. Okay, it's summertime, so everyone's going outside, finally, right? We're, especially up north. Florida, we're always outside. But up north and other places, it's summertime, hot. We're skincare. Sunscreen is a hot topic, and there's so much information out there. What's good sunscreen? What's bad sunscreen? What are your thoughts on sunscreen?
Okay, so as an esthetician, I'm probably going to be judged by saying this. I think you don't need sunscreen every single moment of the day.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And nobody's going to like that answer that's in the skincare industry.
Yes, they're not. They think you need it every day.
No, I think if you are going out into the sun and you're going to be laying in the sun and you know your skin is going to be exposed to the sun for a long period of time, it's good to protect your skin. And it's good to protect your children's skin, which I'm very vocal about, not using conventional sunscreen on children. I have been opposed to that long before I was even a mother. Being aware of ingredients in sunscreen is key. It is as a holistic practitioner, whether I'm a nutritionist, skincare person, whatever, and I'm going to the beach here in Florida and I see the amounts of people with toxic sunscreens getting into, first slathering it on their children, then going into our beautiful ocean is why the reason that we're all here, right? We all end up in Florida because we want to enjoy the ocean and we want to protect our oceans. And everywhere. It's just honestly such a horrible thing to not be educated on when you live in a state where you're constantly enjoying the ocean. So oxybenzone is just an absolute no for me.
Oxybenzone?
Yes.
Absolute no.
Absolute no. There's quite a few. I mean, we're also living in a time where I feel like there's no excuse to still be using sunscreen with those kind of ingredients in it. We have so many options. We're so lucky. We're so blessed that we're living in this time when clean living is becoming more trending, and there's so many other options. So I think that it's a personal responsibility to you, your family, and our environment to be choosing sunscreens that are eco-friendly and non-toxic.
I can't think of the name of the brand off the top of my head, but it is non-toxic and it is safe. I think they put like reef safe or something on it for our oceans. It was at a little gift shop in Pensacola, and it was super cute. There was some in a tin, but then they also had some little bottles too. But I can't think of the name.
It's the man that made it. I know. I'm pretty.
Okay, so then just tell me, what is your favorite or go-to sunscreen?
Now I'm not going to remember.
Okay. Dang, I wish I could remember the name.
I'll think of it though. I will think of it while we're here, but. Yes, I'll get back to you on that.
I always, people always ask, okay, what are your thoughts on sunscreen? And it's like, I don't put it on the kids unless I need to, because we're going to be like at the beach at the heat of the day and we're going to be there for many hours, or boating, like things like that I know we're going to have most likely get burned if we don't put something on. But even if we're just going there for a couple of hours, I'm not going to put it on them, or I don't put it on myself. I definitely don't put it on every day. And
I think using a clean brand on your kids. If you're going to spend any long periods of time in the sun, I do think it's important. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to get a sun kiss for, get your vitamin D dosage.
Get your vitamin D. You need that.
With kids, I mean, when we have hyperpigmentation, once we're hitting 20s, 30s, and it's coming out, it's typically not sun damage that we just got. It's sun damage that's coming up to the surface of the skin at around 18, 19, 20 years old that we got when we were younger. Mm-hmm. So keeping that in mind for the future, we don't always see sun damage right then when it happens. You'll see sunburn, but lots of sun damage comes out to the surface as hyperpigmentation as we get older. So I do think sun protectant is important, but choosing a clean sunscreen, not overdoing it, and definitely not using anything that's not ocean reef safe and things that have toxic ingredients.
Okay, so it was the oxybenzone.
Oxybenzone.
Oxybenzone, that's the ultimate no-go.
It's a no for me.
Okay, so, since we talked about hyperpigmentation now, melasma, and, I feel like if
hormones,
it was
heat, and pregnancy.
Yes, my melasma, oh my gosh, it just comes and gets me. So is this from many years ago of long-term damage, or is this because of my hormones being crazy? And then I get my melasma shows up as a mustache. It's just so cute. It's so cute. I'm I look like I have a mustache, and it's this melasma. It just comes right here. It's so crazy. Bianca?
Imagine being Greek like me and really having a mustache and having melasma.
Oh my gosh. So I'm what do I even do for this? It's such a pain.
So melasma is mistaken many times for hyperpigmentation. It's a form of hyperpigmentation, but it's different. You can have hyperpigmentation that's just sun damage, and then you can have melasma that's hormone driven. It's driven by heat. It's driven by pregnancy, also known as pregnancy mask.
Yes.
Melasma. It's typically found along the upper lip and any place on the forehead, almost like a mask in a weird position, and then sometimes here under the eyes. I also had it. I'd never experienced that in my whole life. I had my daughter. It was after I had my daughter, and it just came out, and I had a literally triangle on my forehead.
What is this, and why is this happening?
Yes, it does happen. And the problem is a lot of people that aren't super educated, or they go to a dermatologist that is looking for new clients, and they put them through laser because it's hyperpigmentation. Well, what is laser? It is heat, and it brings out the melasma even more.
That's what I was always wondering.
You have to be very knowledgeable on how to treat melasma before you go in with lasers and things like that. If you have hyperpigmentation, then laser can do amazing things. It can also make it worse. But if it's melasma, typically it will get worse with many of the lasers that are out there. Okay. Melasma, you have to be specific on how you treat it. You have to know that it's melasma, because if you're treating it as solely hyperpigmentation, you might not get the result that you want. Melasma is about, balancing your hormones and really protecting your skin from the sun by wearing a hat, wearing sunglasses, and using that sun protectant if you know that you are prone to melasma. And once you have melasma, it does tend to come back and
coming back. It rears its
phases
ugly
of
head.
your life. Yes, it does. So if you know that you get it here, then my suggestion would be anytime you're in the sun, use a proper sunscreen and wear a hat, just because the sun heat tends to bring it out.
Exacerbate it.
Yes.
That was definitely my strategy, because I'm okay, we go to the beach a lot in the summertime, and I know that ugly mustache is going to try to creep up on me. So I'm I got to be prepared with a clean skincare, clean sunscreen, and a hat or something like that, because once it comes, then the rest of the trip I look like I have a mustache.
Yes.
And my kids don't let me live
You're
that
not
down.
alone. At least you know that.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that's going. I'm not crazy. I'm why is this happening to me,
No, you're not
Okay,
crazy.
so I'm glad that we talked about that. All right, what are your thoughts on shampoo and conditioner?
Okay, so like anything we use, very, very important to me. Things that I changed right away when I was trying to live a more low tox life. Deodorant.
Okay.
You're a woman. Lymph nodes are all in the armpits and underarms, which go right into the breast. Very important to know what you're putting on under your underarms.
Love that.
Deodorant is key. Shampoo and conditioner, another very important product that you use every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, sometimes every other day. It's something that we're using regularly on another very important part of our body systems, our brain. thin skin on the scalp, using ingredients that are literally absorbed right into that area. So using clean shampoos, conditioners, very important.
Do you make those at home too?
I don't make shampoos and conditioners.
You have a go-to brand?
I really like rice shampoo bars.
What is it called?
A lot of people don't.
Rice shampoo bars.
Yes.
What is this?
So I don't know I think it's Japanese.
Where do I even buy this?
You can buy them online.
Yeah?
Yeah. There are more, some are a little bit like maybe drying if you're bleaching your hair or something like that. And, even that too, hair dyes when you go into the hair salon. I know it's annoying, but asking them to stay away from the scalp and
I'm going there for the roots, girl. It's one of those things, right? You got to pick and choose your battles.
Pick and choose.
Try to do our best.
I did dark hair forever and ever. I haven't dyed my hair in about a year and a half now. I haven't done. So we pick and choose. But hair things, quality things that are on the scalp, being absorbed from the scalp, also very important. I like Inner Sense Organics for a basic shampoo and conditioner.
Is this like online?
That's not a rice bar. That's going too extreme for you. Okay. You can get Inner Sense Organics online. Okay. They're not at stores here, but very clean products that I really like. Rahua is another brand that I really like. Also a clean brand.
Online too.
They're a little bit on the pricier side. That is what I found with clean shampoos and conditioners, that they're quite pricey. So maybe that would be like a deterrent factor for somebody that doesn't have the budget, but like the rice bars are a little bit cheaper, and it literally looks like a bar of soap.
Yeah.
And you're using it in your hands and then you're scrubbing your scalp. I make a homemade rosemary toner spray for my scalp also that refreshes my hair. My hair is naturally curly. So if it's not straightened, I don't wash it every day. I have a big wavy volumey hair. I
need that. I wish I had that. I need this rice bar in my life. Maybe
well, the rosemary spritz will help you too. And you can make that. I actually have a recipe on my Instagram.
I'm going, girl. I'm going to get that recipe.
Very easy to make. It smells divine. It looks beautiful. You'd never know because you see a rosemary sprig and it's green, and you put it in water and you let it sit overnight and you open it and it's like this beautiful magenta color.
Really?
Put it in a little spritz bottle and it gives you like a nice hydrating, it absorbs the oil in the scalp and
so is this like a natural
growth.
Dry shampoo?
It's like a natural dry shampoo, and it helps with hair growth.
Hair growth? I'm
in. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Monet?
Not clean.
What? It says it's clean.
It's not.
Stop it.
Again, I don't have the ingredient list in front of me. If I did, I would tell you exactly. I'm sure maybe like an oil or something like they have might be on the cleaner side, because with oils you don't have to add so many preservatives and things. I've seen like the hair system work for a lot of people. I see all the Miami. You don't sell it, do you?
No, I don't sell it, but I'm using it.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen great results. I don't know the ingredients in the shampoo. I'm going to look now after
you better look and text me.
Yes, but I don't believe that it's
all clean.
All clean.
Okay, I'm going to send you the ones that I'm using for you to evaluate them.
Don't let the Miami sellers out there be after me right now.
Well, we'll dive into it and see. But
again,
I think it's so
doing
important.
The best we can.
I think it's really important though to of course it's overwhelming to do all the things at one time, but if you want to have, non-toxic living, things that you need to be, mindful of is what's going on your skin, and shampoo and conditioner is part of that.
Pick and choose
I wash my hair every day.
But we have to think like an oil that maybe you're doing this to in the ends or something, and maybe it doesn't have the best ingredients. Like if we're really being picky and choosing, that's one thing. But something that you're literally, it turns into a suds, which is usually has SLS in it, and you're scrubbing it into your actual scalp. Even a conditioner, you're not necessarily always putting it on the scalp.
Right.
So something like that, where maybe you're gonna still use a brand that you really like. It might not be always the cleanest, but maybe use these products, and then for a shampoo, opt for something like at least with the scalp that you're using that's a little cleaner, and then just do the ends.
Okay.
Like
we're gonna find a clean alternative to help hair growth.
Inner Sense Organics and rosemary water.
Okay, rosemary water. Rosemary water is on your Instagram, so I can make this
recipe.
potion.
Yep.
Okay.
Super simple.
Bianca, I'm going to show you. Okay, super cool. All right, so I love that we talked about shampoo and conditioner because I think that's really important too, right? It's part of our skin being exposed. Okay, and what else did I want to ask you? Was there something else you wanted to...
I do want to say too, like our lips and the area around our eyes is the thinnest skin that we have on our bodies. And so when you're choosing lip balms, lip masks overnight, eye creams, those are also two products or two areas of our bodies where you're choosing products that you may want to just ensure you're choosing a line that is on the cleaner side, because these areas absorb everything that we put in even that much greater. And as we age, we're definitely looking into more concealers and we're looking into more, under eye creams. So that's something to just note and for people to think about.
Do you have an eye cream you use every day?
So I haven't been using an eye cream religiously yet. I did have one from 100% Pure, which I told you I do like that brand. They have a natural retinol, a natural vitamin A that I really liked. And I liked their eye cream. I also had one that I used from Youth to the People or Youth by the People. That's a cleaner line from Sephora. I got it, I think, as a sample, and I liked it, but I'm not 100% sure on all of the ingredients in it. And then a nice oil to the face.
That just checks the boxes.
A sauna after a workout and a nice oil to the face at night. And I feel like it goes a long way. Grapeseed oil is great for dark under eye circles. So that would be one that I would recommend for someone that might be battling something like that.
Okay, I love that. I definitely used to have like a 10-step skincare routine. And I had the eye cream, the lip mask, all the things, right? And nobody has time for that.
No,
at least I don't, especially with all these cheerings. So, okay, had to cut it down. So the eye cream was nixed. I would like to find, I think, like my serum that I use, there's peptides in there. So I feel like, okay, I'm putting, it's like multi-use, right? So I think that the oils, it's a lot of use cases. You're using it for the hydrating around the eyes, overall skin,
Number one product for me for hydrated skin, keeping a supple look, is a great quality hyaluronic serum. And so that would also help someone that, wants a little bit of an under eye boost. It's mostly in moisture. That also has a lot to do with your sleep and what you're eating and drinking. And you can do a homemade coffee scrub and things like that really awaken the skin. Coffee does the same thing to your insides as it does to your skin. So keeping that in mind and making like a homemade coffee mask, an under eye mask, will really brighten and wake up the skin as well.
Okay, that's cool. I love that. Okay, are you ready for rapid fire? This is fun.
I'm ready. I can't explain. Right?
This is our holistic esthetician edition.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, you can talk. If there's something you want to explain, you totally can.
It's really important. I'll do it.
Okay.
Edition.
So facial or massage?
Facial.
Duh, she's an esthetician. Jade roller or gua sha?
Gua sha.
I knew you were going to pick that one because we talked about it. Serum first or moisturizer first?
Always serum. You're moving from lighter products to heavier products.
Okay, perfect. And DIY mask or professional facial?
Professional facial if you're
using your
really wanting
your
a
DIY
result
products, though, right?
Yes, great things, but I think everybody needs some
professional
facials a couple times a year.
Totally. Okay, clean girl aesthetic or glam queen?
At 41, clean girl aesthetic. I used to be a glam queen.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
This Greek goddess vibes.
Yeah,
just
like dark, heavy on the black eyeliner, which I don't even wear anymore. And
I struggled I used to be so good at doing like liquid eyeliner and stuff, and now I'm like hot mess.
I swear to God,
the girls are like, "What's wrong with you, Mom? What'd you do?"
I'm gonna say this because I know I'm interrupting the rapid fire,
it's okay.
But
say it.
I think overnight, it just like the way that my makeup sat on my face was just different, and it was this year that it happened.
Yeah.
Last year I still wore my black eyeliner. I never was like crazy with like a huge wing and fake lashes or anything like that, but I went a little heavier on the eye, and I don't know, one day this year, I woke up, I put it on, I'm like, this like doesn't look right. Like this is too much.
Yeah.
And I started wearing like a light, like a brown or nothing. And it's suiting my face, I feel like, so much better. So I don't know, something just clicked and changed.
We go through like these We just go through these changes.
I enjoy makeup and I like to play in makeup and I like to get dressed up and stuff sometimes, but clean girl aesthetic is
That's
where I'm
your
at
jam
in my
right
life.
now.
In my
Okay.
life, yes.
All right. Coconut oil, holy grail, or total no-no?
Holy grail, but not for the face.
Not for the face. Okay.
For many other things, illness, issues, bacterias, body moisturizer, not for face.
What about, you said for fungus, what did you say? Was it aloe?
Oh, and that, yes, it's
Aloe vera
antifungal
for
too. So is
antifungal?
coconut oil.
Okay. What about, we kind of touched on this, sunscreen every day or only when sunny?
I would say as needed every day if you're choosing a quality brand.
Key. Okay. Tea tree or rosehip oil?
Totally different things. Tea tree oil is an essential oil, great killing bacteria, great for acne, but you're using that in something like a rosehip oil, which is a carrier oil. So it's two different things, that one. I say both for their own purposes.
Okay, and we didn't touch on this, but I have to ask you, what is your go-to spot treatment? What do you use for spot treatment?
Spot treatment?
Yeah, like acne spot treatment. What's your go-to?
Tea tree oil.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you putting it in a carrier or are you doing just straight up essential oil?
For me, if it's a deep cystic type of acne and it's on my skin that's thick and oily and I know what it handles, then I'm putting it straight on there.
Yeah.
But client comes in, I'm doing it in a carrier oil.
Okay. Do you have like a go-to essential oil brand?
I do not.
No? Okay. Thought I'd ask. Next, we have retinol or natural alternative. You told us this.
Natural?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And we talked about natural alternative. That would be the different forms of natural vitamin A, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I need to find the name of what that cream was. It was like Baku oil or whatever it is.
Yeah, tell me and
I
I'll
have
look
to
it up
find
and
it
then I'll
and
tell you
about it. Okay. And then you can tell me your thoughts on it.
And I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. I'm still learning.
We don't know
and there's
everything,
things
but
I don't.
we're always learning. And I think that's what's so important is that we just continue to evolve and learn new things, right?
Agreed.
Chemical peel or fruit enzyme?
Really bad acne skin, a chemical peel, regular monthly facials or at-home treatments, fruit enzyme.
Okay, I have to ask you this. There is a non-peel peel. You probably know what I'm talking about. It's like a green little serum. Bio repeal, maybe?
I have to look at ingredients.
I need to tell you what I'm talking about here. Anyways, I loved it. I thought my skin looked so great afterwards, and I didn't peel. I've never done an actual chemical peel where I like snake skin it. So there is a purpose for that and a use case for.
There is absolutely a purpose for a peel when it's needed.
Okay, good to know. You can only use one product forever. What are you choosing?
Aloe vera.
Really? Aloe vera?
Yes.
That's the one.
For me.
Huh. Interesting. I need to figure out how I'm going to use
For
aloe
me,
vera in my life.
because of the condition of my skin.
Okay, interesting.
Hyaluronic acid, if I was going to buy a hyaluronic acid serum, if I was going to choose a product for skincare purposes that was not homemade.
Okay, so aloe vera or hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Fragrance free or smells like a spa?
Fragrance free every time.
Okay.
You can smell like a spa without perfume.
Yes. Natural essential oils and natural,
Yes.
just natural ingredients, right? And they have to disclose what they are, not hidden by fragrance.
Right.
Okay, your skin type in one word.
Greek.
That's funny.
I'm prone to hyperpigmentation. I'm oily. I have large pores. I'm acne prone.
But your skin's so beautiful.
Thank you. Well,
So that shows that with the hard work and consistency,
thank you.
glam skin.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite weird skincare hack?
Weird skincare.
What's a weird skincare hack that like we wouldn't ever think of?
Like facial exercises, I think.
What?
Weird.
What is like facial yoga?
Yeah,
That's a thing.
Yeah, like facial yoga. I think that you
That
see
works?
different with the gua sha and that. Yeah. I mean, you said weird. I don't know
That
what
is
else.
pretty
What
weird.
else is weird that people
I don't
do?
know. If
Well, I
there's,
guess
like,
these
some-
days, I mean, I didn't try the weird stuff yet. They say, I don't know if this is a family show. I'm not supposed to say
You
certain
can say
things,
it.
but, I mean, I've heard of like the salmon DNA. I've heard of like
Oh, yeah.
men's DNA facials. I've heard before. I haven't tried those things, so I don't want to speak on them. But hey, you never know.
To each their own, right? What's an overrated skincare trend?
Overrated or something I just wouldn't do. Overrated.
Something people are doing that you're like, no, that does not work. Would this be eating the onion?
I mean, I think it does work, but you don't have to torture yourself along the way. I'm not a fan of radio frequency microneedling.
Okay, so what type of microneedling do you do?
Basic traditional microneedling.
I didn't know there was a difference in
radio
microneedling.
frequency goes in and melts fat, but I think that it's talked about a lot like it's a positive thing. I think with radio frequency microneedling, and I'm so happy because I just saw a dermatologist speaking on this actually the other day. It goes in and it melts the fat in your face, but
Don't we need that?
Yes, if you don't want to
Otherwise,
age.
we're going to be like, look sunken and
Right.
like.
Radio frequency in other parts of the body is okay, but I think with the face, you have to be very specific in the treatments that you do. Microneedling is my favorite all-time treatment of all. I think it's amazing. I think it works wonders for most people outside of someone with active acne. Everyone else can benefit from it. But with the mixture of radio frequency, it melts fat in the face, which is exactly what you said. You want some fat in the face as you age because it's what keeps you nice and plump and with less wrinkles. So I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a bit overrated. I think you get a really great quality treatment from basic traditional microneedling with all of like the add-ons of different peptides or different serums that you're using, or you're doing a PRP type of microneedling. But I'm not a big fan of RF microneedling.
So with the microneedling, you are really kind of just setting the stage for better penetration of your products?
That's one benefit of microneedling.
What are some other benefits of microneedling?
So microneedling is great for acne scars. You can also use this for scars anywhere on the body. If someone's had their breast done, if someone has a C-section scar, an injury scar. So it breaks up scarring and it heals scarring.
Okay.
It helps with hyperpigmentation, breaks up hyperpigmentation. Amazing with anti-aging benefits as far as helping with fine lines and wrinkles. It retexturizes the surface of the skin.
Wow.
Makes your skin feel like a baby's tush, and also helps with product penetration.
If you have like old scars, stretch marks, what would microneedling also help that too?
Absolutely.
What if they're like super old?
Doesn't matter.
Really? Okay, that's super cool.
No,
Love
you
that.
you would find a benefit from it. I would have to see, I'd have to obviously have a consult,
Assess and
see
see.
how big the scar is, see how deep it is, how long you've had it. I don't think should matter too much as long as I'm choosing the right microneedling tip and you're coming back for a series of treatments.
And there's downtime after microneedling?
Microneedling to the face, I always say give yourself about 24 to 48 hours, no high heat, no like extensive workouts, sweating, no makeup for 24 to 48 hours. I would like you to be more on the 48-hour side.
Okay.
Pain and all of that, no. The next day you feel like you might have a slight sunburn. Your skin feels tight. It's pretty pink when you leave. Day 3 and 4, that feeling is gone.
It's not going to be like bruised and stuff like that?
No, and your esthetician has full control with the microneedling, where I hate derma rolling. I would never suggest anyone do derma rolling.
What's derma rolling?
It's essentially came out kind of before microneedling, and it's a tool that just rolls on the skin.
Okay.
But the needles are going into the skin on an angle, so you have a lot better chance of damaging the skin, pulling the skin, where microneedling is directly in one spot. Right. So microneedling is amazing. It's my favorite treatment that I offer.
Okay. That's so exciting.
Lots of benefits. You just can't do acneic skin because it's obviously puncturing the skin. It would spread that bacteria.
So if I have like active acne at that time, we could not microneedle.
If you have serious, like a breakout with multiple like acnes, no, I wouldn't
you're just
ever
spreading
go
around
over
that bacteria.
Correct.
Okay. We talked about spot treatment, right? You told me tea tree.
Yeah.
Yep, you did.
For acne.
For acne.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, clays are good.
What is it?
Like clays, sulfur clays, kaolin
Like a
clays
sulfur
for
spot
the
treatment. Okay. What's worse, sleeping in makeup or never using SPF?
Never using. I mean, what's worse? They're so different.
I know.
I'm going to say sleeping in makeup, because you could wear a hat and do other things to protect your skin from the sun. Sleeping in makeup ages your skin greatly.
Okay. I can't stand going to sleep, even take a nap or anything with makeup on my skin.
In my 20s, like,
I know. Oh my gosh. I slept over at a friend's house. I didn't have this dang like spiders. So cute, girl. You're so cute. That's a walk of shame for sure. Okay. Most toxic product you ever used before you knew better?
Regular deodorant and sunscreen.
Now that I think on this, I think for me, it would probably be Accutane. That's pretty harsh.
That's
like
as harsh as you can get.
That's about as harsh as we can get, right? Okay, so morning routine or night routine, which one's your fave?
Nighttime.
Nighttime too. I love to be like just a glazed donut. Morning, I'm like,
morning
we got
as
things
a mom,
to do.
You don't have much time.
We got
for
things
yourself.
to do.
Nighttime, I can like take a moment and enjoy the process of
putting the things, but it still has to be quick and efficient.
Morning, I'm like, come on, let's go.
Okay, so I should have asked this earlier, but I want to hear your thoughts on dermaplaning.
Dermaplaning? Mm-hmm. I mean, I love it.
I love it.
Yes, I'm Greek. I am hairy. So dermaplaning, I do it to myself, at least once a month.
I think it's so amazing. I love to see what comes off. I'm that weird person.
I'm that weird person.
I'm into
too.
it.
That's why I do what I do.
What is it called? The hydrofacial or whatever? The hydrofacial.
What about it?
When they do I love to see what swirls in the thing. The dermaplaning, I love to see the gunk on the little...
I love it because it really gives you such a beautiful like canvas to work with, especially like before an event of some kind or, a speaking engagement or something like that. If you're going to do a dermaplane, it really just gives you like this smooth, beautiful canvas, whether you're going to wear makeup, whether you're not going to wear makeup, helps with product penetration, and really just gives you a beautiful glow, like if you're doing a facial alongside of it.
Amazing.
So, okay.
It. Yes. Yay. I love dermaplaning. Another reason why I need to come and see you, because I definitely just feel so different whenever I actually have a fresh dermaplane.
People should know, like, if you tend to have a lot of peach fuzz on your face.
That's me.
Yes, and you do dermaplaning, you get this really wonderful result. But there will be a time, like, if you wait a little bit too long to get your next one, that you might feel, like, a little bit of, like, growth coming back.
Like
but it's
a billy
feeling.
Goat.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's not necessarily that it looks like bad.
Yeah.
But I do like to just tell people that because... you're not taking the hair from the root. You are taking it just from the surface of the skin. So I do mention that, but I love it, and I probably couldn't live without it, or I would look like
oh my gosh. That's what I'm like. My husband will say, you look like a billy goat. You got to do your mask.
You got to do it.
I'm like, you're so sweet, but I know you got me, so thank you. Yeah. Okay, I love that. This was so fun. I love skin. I could just keep talking to you about it forever, but... I just appreciate you coming on here. I want you to share, how can people get in contact with you? What's the IG again?
Sure, it's my pleasure. My name is Kristina Lila. My Instagram is The Modern Organic Life, spelled exactly how it reads, no underscores or anything. My website is modernorganiclife.com, where you can get all of my facial services that I offer. I have recipes on there. I have a little intro so you can learn more about me and also my credentials, food things, skin things, parenting things, and I'm just happy to be here. And
that is so
really
fun.
Nice
she does all the things. So not just skincare, you teach about low tox living too. You
cooking
also
classes
do cooking
virtually, no matter where you are. I do skin consultations virtually.
That's amazing.
And yeah, whatever. I'm here because I really love what I do, and I'm here to help other women feel their best, look their best. And again, my experience, I have a personal experience with my clients. This is like we're learning together, we're getting to know each other. Most of my clients become friends, and I am very passionate about what I do. I feel my work speaks for itself.
For sure. I love that. Kristina, the name of this podcast is I Need More From You. So I need more from you. What's next?
My website is in the process of being built, a little bit more in depth. I'm going to be on a couple of more podcasts in the near future.
You go, girl.
I have opened my my services more virtually as far as cooking classes, nutrition coaching and guidance, and I also offer skincare consults. So even if you're far away and you kind of want a routine that you can kind of do at home and get started, I'm happy to help. And I just see my business really growing in the next few years. I'm fairly new to my area of Florida, so I'm looking to connect with, like-minded individuals. I love speaking. I love educating, especially younger girls, on non-toxic living, whether that comes to their skin, whether it's periods, whether foods they eat. And I'm just looking forward to so many more opportunities in the future. So I don't know my exact path, and I don't know what will happen, but I'm always open to learning. I'm always open to taking part in events and things of that nature. And I look forward to hopefully working with some new clients soon.
Love that. Yes. I'm going to tell you what you also need to add to the list is your own skincare line. Okay? Because whatever you're cooking up in your kitchen, your skin's beautiful and it works. So I can't wait to come and get a facial with you and just have you take my skin to another level.
It's on the house.
Let's do this, sister. Ready. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This was so fun. So for you guys that have tuned in, thank you so much for listening today. If you liked today's episode, make sure that you subscribe. And as always, I need more from you. Thank you guys so much for listening today. Subscribe so that you can hear more. This podcast does not establish a patient-provider relationship.